conversations and some interesting individuals on set. But before we head over to such, we have our news in 90 seconds, which is going to be starting now. THA Secretary and Division Performance Review set for the 10-month mark, clarification on the ongoing Jogi family jet ski legal matter, and key updates on Tobago's new airport terminal and international flights. Your news in 90 seconds starts now for Thursday, August 27th, 2026. Chief Secretary Farley Augustine has reaffirmed that a comprehensive performance review will take place at the 10-month mark of his administration's appointment. The upcoming assessment will evaluate the performance of all Tobago House of Assembly divisions and secretaries. Augustine warned that structural adjustments, including potential cabinet reshuffles, can be expected if divisions' assessments are not favorable. Meanwhile, Chief Secretary Augustine is setting the record straight on the ongoing Jogi family jet ski legal matter. He denied media reports of a court-ordered September 9th settlement deadline and confirmed instead that THA attorneys requested a 1-month extension to formulate a comprehensive formal legal response to the family's pre-action protocol letters, maintaining that no judicial ruling currently mandates a settlement. Finally, air connectivity is getting a massive boost ahead of Tobago Carnival. Augustine announced that the new A&R Robinson Airport East Terminal will officially open its doors before Carnival celebration, which would begin in October 30th. The launch is to coincide with Caribbean Airlines onboarding of a new direct flight connecting Toronto to Tobago, replacing the underperforming regional direct Tobago to Barbados route that was recently cancelled. Now head over to our Facebook page where you can vote in our daily poll and tune in to a full newscast at 6:30 p.m. And that was our news in 90 seconds. We have a full pack news at 6:30 for you all. Coming up next, we have some very important and special individuals celebrating their birthday today, 27th of August. And we really and truly want to, celebrate these wonderful individuals. First up on our screen is no stranger to Tobago. And I really, really want to say a heartfelt happy birthday to this very special individual, Karen Forbes. I would call her a mentor, a coach. Yes, she's a footballer. She is a writer. She's one who really and truly looks out for the youths of our nation. So, Ms. Forbes, we really want to extend a heartfelt birthday greetings to you. May God continue to bless you. May God continue to shower upon you long life and good health. Have a wonderful day, and I pray that your family is going to treat you excellently today. Happy birthday, Ms. Forbes. Up next, we have Miss Glenda Jones. Miss Jones, a lady who I truly, truly admire. Yes, I pray that today God is going to continue to shine his goodness upon you, that he's going to grant you grace, peace, and continued favor. And God has truly blessed you with some remarkable children. So I declare even today that they are going to treat you excellently. Yes, so your children and grandchildren is going to shower you with much love and appreciation and blessings that you rightfully deserve. Happy birthday to you, Miss Jones. Up next, we have Miss Dillis Cook Fletcher. Miss Dillis, I really have to say happy birthday to you. I always admire your grace and your And I pray that God would continue to bless you. I call her my extraordinary baker. Yes. So I declare that today you're not baking your own cake, but I pray that, you're going to be getting your cake. Yes. And I declare that God is going to continue to bless you and bless you tremendously. I declare that even as you continue in your business, that your business is going to grow beyond. Continue to have a remarkable day, Dillis. Enjoy to the max, and I pray that your children will definitely treat you excellently this day. Continue to have a wonderful day, Miss Cook. And last up, with regards to birthday celebration, we have none other than Mr. Forbes, Eustace Forbes. Happy birthday, sir. I declare God's continued blessings over your life. I declare that this day, August 27th, would be your best birthday ever celebrations. Continue to have a remarkable one. Continue to walk in God's goodness. Continue to, be the head and not the tail. I declare that even as you go through this day, that you will indeed have a remarkable day, and not just day, but you're going to enjoy the rest of the week, and that you're going to end off the month with a bang. Yes. Happy birthday again, Mr. Forbes. And well, ladies, Tobago audience, we just got our birthday celebrants, and we really want to continue to, those of you who did not have the opportunity to jump on and be acknowledged this morning, I really want to say a happy birthday to you. Yes, enjoy your day, buy something for yourself, have a remarkable day, and continue to enjoy. So as we continue the conversation, I know that school is going to be reopening. In fact, I did the countdown. Yes, we have about 10 more days before we release our children and teachers tag your it. Yes, so even now as we go through, I declare that as we continue to enjoy the rest of the holiday, the remainder, yes, because as I mentioned, we have 10 more days. I want us to continue to be safe. Parents, you did a remarkable job. I know definitely, because we had to make sure that they were fed every day. We had to make sure that, they did what they needed to do at home, and most importantly, that they were safe. So you all did a remarkable job and continue to do such. Even now, I declare over our teachers continued strength over them as they receive our charges bright and early September morning. I also want to formally congratulate Mr. Joshua James. I know that he is doing phenomenal with regards to CPL cricket, being named man of the match. Mr. James, I know that Mr. Brown and all the others who would have molded you are really, really, truly, glad and appreciative of where you were from and where you are for today. So I really want to say congratulations to you, Mr. James, and continue the excellent work. Yes. So this morning, viewers, as I mentioned, we have an important lineup for you. We're going to be speaking with Mr. Sion Anthony, and he's a representative from the Crum Point stakeholders. And we're going to be talking about Crum Point Art and Street Festival, something new in this space and something that we definitely need to look forward to as it relates to that information. Also, we have Miss Eloise Hines, and she's a host pastor, as well as Apostle Joel Ruben of Destiny Empowerment Global Ministries. And we are going to be hearing about the prayer mandate and the prayer for our nation. And to round up our show this morning, we have our maritime surveyor, Mr. Ricardo Alfred. And we all heard about the vessel that would have sunk in down Tobago. So he's here to talk about that sinking vessel at no man's land. So that's our lineup for this morning. So I want you to continue to stay tuned with Tobago updates. You can follow, like, and share. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and to YouTube, and continue to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Looking for office attire or worship apparel, then come to Tia's Classic Closet. Shopping for casual clothing or just want to dress down. Big discount, so it's you on clothing and comfortable shoes. Get some wonderful accessories to match your attire. Come to Tia's Classic Closet at 39 Montgomery Road. Opening hours daily from 9:30 to 5:30. For more information, call 710-168-99999.
Where are going? Airport.
Come back this way. Catch you roundabout and go down.
Right here.
Leave on time to be on time.
Today we are here at the new A&R Robinson International Airport, and we are doing a simulation along with the Airport Authority and the TTPS to do some observation for the traffic plan that we have implemented for the opening of the new terminal building. So starting Wednesday, July 22nd, the Division of Public Infrastructure and Transportation along with the TTPS will be at this intersection, and we will be implementing a traffic plan. Just continue around the circle. What is important in this entire traffic arrangement is that if you are coming from Crown Point, you're coming from the west and you want to go further east than the airport terminal, we advise that you either use Milford Road, go onto Silcotton Trace, and use one of the side streets between Milford Road and Tobago Local Road. All traffic between Kilgwin Bay Road and Gaskin Road will be coming west only. So that is one of the important points that we have to get into our systems as we learn to navigate around the new arrangements at the new A&R Robinson International Terminal going forward. But we want to assure you that we will help you to get used to it. We will circulate information. We will be here at the intersections along with the police while you get used to the arrangement to assist you in circulating and to getting to where you need to go safely and quickly.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie and rice in various styles. Meats served in a variety of flavors, garden salads and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence.
put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Viewers, welcome back, and again thank you for staying with us. Tobago Updates morning show. I told you that we had an important and interesting lineup for you this morning, and on set, or joining me on set, we do have no other, and in fact let me say no stranger to the Tobago space. We have Mr. Sean Anthony, and he's a representative from the Crown Point stakeholders. So I will introduce him as the representative of the Crown Point stakeholders, but every single person in Tobago, and as he would have mentioned, no stranger to Tobago Updates and no stranger to Tobago. He is the owner of Jade Monkey and Jade Monkey Bar. Yes, Mr. Sean Anthony. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
And Mr. Anthony this morning is here to talk about Crown Point Art and Street Festival. Now, Street and Art Festival, we're thinking that this is the first time it is happening, but this is actually 6 months old. And 6 months may sound like a small figure, but it is, a leap in the right direction. So tell us, Street Art Festival.
All right. So thank you again. Good morning.
You're most
Tobago
welcome.
and the wider world. Greetings from Tobago. Well, of course, Crown Point Street and Art Festival is 6 months old. I mean, we have been plugging away at it for the last 6 months to try to create that additional buzz in Crown Point. The Street Festival is basically based on creating a hub, creating an energy, which there already is an energy in Crown Point, right? A kind of family-oriented kind of vibes.
Okay.
Where you will go to the different bars and get specials, or you'll go to like we have the ice cream shops, we have the night food stores, where you'll get specials as well, right? And that whole being in a space that is safe, family friendly. Where we actually block the streets from Pigeon Point Junction to Sobe Car Park. Right. Of course, to create a safe zone.
Right.
No vehicular traffic. Right. So, as we said, we are in our 6th month, and it is growing at a nice pace.
Nice.
Yes.
So, as you mentioned, we have blockage taking place. So what I'm trying to do is get a visual in my mind as it relates to how it would definitely look. Just to remind the viewers, it is on Saturday, the 29th of August.
That's right.
Yes. And it is from 6 p.m. to
11
p.m. So you expect that you have this block off. You would have mentioned something really important, that it is family oriented, because some persons may be of the view that is Crown Point, and sometimes when you think about Crown Point, you think about the bars, you're thinking about areas where you may not be able to carry your your children.
Yeah.
But I really love the fact that this is a family oriented, and I'm seeing it like when Barbados you have that stretch you walk. Exactly. You're walking around, and you could go to the different booths and buy your stuff. Really commendable. Tell me, what else can we expect as it relates to, would there be police presence? Would there be safe?
Oh yes. Police presence is in full effect. Yes. I mean, I must thank also the TTPS for the monthly support, right? And of course, all the other arms of the forces in Trinidad and Tobago, which always pass by. Keep in mind as well, we always have this special entertainment at any given time.
Right.
You could guarantee to get some steel pan in Crown Point, some live artists, calypso and that kind of stuff. So again, we try to make it a haven for persons getting out of the normal, I should say, jam and wine kind of thing, and keep it more, especially at that time between 6 and 11, a more, walk through Crown Point and and visit the different booths and different businesses. So what we also try to create every month is a theme.
Right.
Okay. So you always try to look forward to getting something different from last month. Like this month, what we're doing this month is we invited TOCA, which is the Tobago October Carnival Association, to have some of the band leaders come and display some of the costumes. Because the carnival is about a month and a half away.
Yes.
Right? So some of them will be coming down and displaying the costumes, you know. So come down as well and see the different costumes if you're interested in playing mass. I mean, we have all the costumes going to be on display. Just an addition to what we do every month. Keep in mind, this happens the last Saturday of every month.
Okay, very interesting.
So we know everybody get paid by that time.
You all were very strategic with regards to picking the date. Yes, very interesting. I like the fact that you mentioned, because when I saw the flyer, yes, I was of the assumption that this is a one-time thing. And that, you know, persons would just come to see carnival costumes and that's it. But I really love the fact that you would have mentioned that every last Saturday in the month there is a different theme that persons could, you know, really and truly hold on to it. You would have mentioned very earlier that Crown Point is already a hub. Yes, Crown Point is already a place. You know, when you think, even my children, when you think about when they want to go somewhere, they would say we want to go by the Colosseum or, you know, go down Crown Point. So it's already a hub. How do you see this event further contributing to, you know, maybe tourism on the island?
Well, that is part of the mandate. That's part of the idea to definitely encourage. Our next initiative is to actually engage with the Division of Tourism, and, you know, and the hotelers, you know, to try and get some of the patrons to walk through. So it's not just it is a Tobago event. You know, this is a Tobago thing, so we definitely want to have the buy-in from some of the different, like for instance, the boat operators, you know, and that kind of stuff. The person selling Beneball, the person selling sugar cake, come down and set up, come and talk to us. Well, of course, talk to us first.
Yes.
Because we don't allow persons to just walk in and just set up. Right? We only have persons in the space that, as obviously they pay a rent every month kind of thing. Right? So we are asking you, contact us, and if we already have an existing business happening, of course we will tell you maybe at the next time. But we're looking for something that's different to attract and to create that kind of energy, that extra energy in Crown Point.
So, with regards to contacting you, you could just put in a plug right now as it relates to
no problem.
Persons contact.
You can call 266-6626. All right, that is my number, 266-6626. You know, if you have something that's indigenous to Tobago that you want us to, it could be whatever, but something that's indigenous. I mean, we'll definitely like to hear from you and see if we can definitely put you out there to create that space for your business.
Yes. So it would not be a scenario that persons could just come and set up their food stall.
No.
No. Okay.
We already have the police already have all the businesses that's already supposed to be set up in the space. So once that is not done, then we could have some conversation with the Crown Point Street Festival Committee or with the police.
Even those persons, you know, you have persons who want to, you know, sell a little fanfares, you know, you have persons selling balloons and stuff like that. They too would also need to have permission.
I mean, we talk about persons who come and erect like a tent.
Okay.
And have a space. Obviously, most of the time, they have to have permission from the landlords. Right, to set up, you know, on the property. You know, so we are asking persons, let's do the right thing. You know, contact us. I mean, let's see how best we can assist in terms of promoting your business as well, having your business out there. And so that's what we aim to do for that, yes.
I really want to commend the stakeholders and the Crown Point area and those businesses who would have, you know, took it upon themselves to really, you know, start this initiative, because I see it as one that could really and truly push Tobago in the right direction as it relates to, you know, us here. You know, we always look for somewhere to go. Yes. Even as families, we look for somewhere to take our children, take our family, you know, as a family unit and head off to. So I really want to commend you all for starting the initiative and to encourage you all to allow it to grow and continue. Yes, because, you know, sometimes we start something and then it automatically, you know.
But like anything else, I mean, of course, I mean, in the beginning it was
push
some hair pulling, some teeth pulling, you know. How could we have this thing you know, Tobago is a different space.
Yes, it is.
A different place.
It
So,
is.
you know, how do we get persons to buy in, you know, and slowly it's becoming an attraction. People look forward to it now.
Yes.
You know, and I must say thanks to the entire Tobago community, of course, the Trinidad by extension, and of course the foreigners, both regionally and internationally, you know, that actually come and actually, so we start seeing a volume of persons of international interest, you know, especially with the pan. A lot of people come down to see the pan. They come to see the one of our things have a pig on roast. You know what I mean? We have the ice cream, we have the chicken, we have the burgers. So you come down and then you're definitely gonna enjoy. You go to the bars, all the bars have specials.
Right.
You know, so you go to one bar, you get special, you get the same special that we're trying to keep. So we don't want you to go to one bar and it's something that's different. So we want to keep it, you know.
Right. So it's a collaborative.
Correct,
so everybody comes together.
Exactly. During that time. You know, and of course I must say that one of the highlights of the night is what we do. We set up we have a music truck as well. So the truck pulls out from by Republic Bank.
Right.
And goes down to Pigeon Point Junction with a chip. So you chip from Republic Bank down to Pigeon Point Junction, turn around, and you chip back up the street. And then when you go past Republic Bank, it's closed. The event is finished.
Right.
The streets are open back up now.
Okay.
You know?
And that would be at 11.
That would be 11:30, sometimes 12. It depends on the energy sometimes as well. You know, so we try to keep it, you know, simple, you know, but effective. But persons, I'm just amazed by how persons look forward to that chip down the streets and up the streets. So, you know, so those are the kind of things that we're trying to definitely achieve. You know,
for a driver like me, yes, who is already thinking about, oh my gosh, where am I going to be parking? Yes, tell us about, you know, parking for persons. You know, because you're mentioning that the road is going to be blocked off. Yeah. So where can
I mean, if you come into Compoint from the from on Milford Road side, some persons park by the Coliseum,
right,
or on the back street by Pigeon Point. They go into Pigeon Point there. Most persons will park at the Storby facility,
right,
or the open field next to Storby.
Right.
All right. So the police will direct you to park there.
Okay.
All right. So at least, and it creates the reason why the parking as well. It creates that walking environment.
Yes. That's the idea.
You know, yeah. That's the idea. We today we like to stop here and just go right there. So when you walk now, you see things that you never seen before.
Yeah, that's the idea.
You know what I mean? So and that is what we definitely want people to walk through the area. You know, so that's part of the objective.
Well, I feel a lot more comfortable. Yeah, because I am here sitting and saying, okay, I need to carry my children on Saturday, but where will I park? But you really clarified such. So just to make sure that we understand, parking would be at the Coliseum, or you will not be able to drive up to Storby. So you're making the rounds and you park by Storby facility or the open field right there. Excellent.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about it too, because there's so much inlets and outlets in Crown Point, so you could go up to the Cotton and come down. You can go up John Gorman and come down and go around. So, so you have you have options.
Yes,
you have options.
Yes. Excellent. Again, a very excellent initiative. Just to remind our viewers, so you have the plug now to tell them the date, the time. You know, you doing your own advertising this morning.
All right. So, persons again, Crown Point Street Festival is on again. This Saturday from 6 p.m. until 11:30. It all depends on the energy. Come along, bring your family, bring your friends, tell a neighbor, tell your mother, tell your grandmother. Come down to Crown Point. You could not cook on that day. You'll definitely be eating in Crown Point or taking home food. You have treats, you have ice cream, you have chicken, you have burgers, you have, you know, different things to definitely have your family engaged. Entertainment as well. You know, definitely a safe zone. So, I mean, come on down. For some of the vendors who are interested in vending, indigenous to Tobago that we're actually looking for right now. could give me a call, 266-6626. That's 266-6626.
So just to give some the viewers an idea, you're looking for something specific indigenous. So you want to speak to what are some of the things that, may speak to persons who would want to come and then?
Sure. So we have a lot of beachgoers,
Right.
especially local and international. So at that time of the night, person might want to go to the beach the following day.
Right.
So the women might want a little wrap,
Right.
a little nice broad hat for the sun,
Right.
Persons who going back to Trinidad, they might want a little treats. So they might want some beneball, some nut cake, some
Right.
fudge.
Right.
So we're looking at that kind of
Excellent.
that kind of thing for Tobago.
Excellent.
Or if you have something that that you've seen, that you have not seen in Crown Point, we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you to actually help you propel your business. Yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you all sold me. Right. So I'm sold again Saturday, the 29th of August from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Just to give persons a visual again, Mr. Anthony, as it relates to where would the block off be. I know you would have mentioned it prior, but now I think when persons are very much in tuned now, so they would have that visual of the walk from where would it start from, where would it end, as we wrap up our conversation.
Sure, no problem. Of course, the Crown Point Street Festival is the big block tour from Pigeon Point Junction. That's the little roundabout there.
That's by Colosseum.
By Colosseum,
correct?
right? From Colosseum and Sorbet facility.
Right.
Right, the car park there. So we will allow another thing to take note as well. I mean, for the visitors who are coming in. Well, I know Tobago Bears have a international listening audience as well.
Yes, we do.
Right. So persons who are coming by taxi from the airport, they would get grace to come in.
Okay.
Even with the taxi. So the police will allow them to. Of course, most of the time they'll have a boarding pass or they have a ticket. So they'll show it to the police and they will allow them to go into the views, which is in the area, Jimmy's, Cocoa Reef, of course.
Right.
I think that's basically the three accommodation venues in the space. All right. So if you're coming in, you don't want to say lugging a suitcase from the airport to the views or to Cocoa Reef. No. So the police will definitely grant you that permission to come in. Yeah. Right. So again, we want to create a walking environment, and that will be from Crown Point, from Pigeon Point Junction to Sorbet facility. It's a no vehicular access. You want to walk and get some nice Crown Point breeze, some fresh air.
Walk and put in your numbers.
Correct is right. Yes.
I hear you, Mr. Anthony.
And I'm really privileged to have Tobago Bears. I call Mr. Williams, right?
Yes.
I said, listen, and of course, Tobago Updates have always been one of our supporters.
Excellent.
So I really appreciate the fact that they could come on board and with us and at a last minute notice as well. Yes. I really appreciate that. We really appreciate that. So come on down, see what we have to offer. And again, if you have any local indigenous ideas, we are more than willing to hear you and try to help you propel your business in whatever way.
Excellent. Mr. Anthony, as I mentioned before, I have been sold. So I'll be there on Saturday. Tobago, you heard right here on Tobago Updates. So this Saturday, August 29th, we have our street and art festival, yes, where you have your art, culture, music, food, steel pan, entertainment, and also carnival vibes. It is just more than an evening out. It is an opportunity to support local businesses, celebrate our creatives, and build the excitement for Tobago Carnival. So again, I want to say thank you so much, Mr. Anthony, for joining us this morning on Tobago Updates.
Welcome.
Yes, your number one choice. Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
Okay.
So Tobago, please make sure that you come on out on Saturday to experience the Crown Point Art and Street Festival. You heard it right here at Tobago Updates. Come and have live experience on Saturday. Again, starting from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Correct.
Excellent. Thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Take care. Thank you.
So viewers, That was our conversation. We have more in studio for you, so I want you to stay with us, and I want you to continue to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Books and office supplies at TLH Plaza in Scarborough is reminding you of their back to school hour is happening now. Monday to Thursdays 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Fridays 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sundays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Books and office supplies for all your textbooks and back to school supplies.
I will tell anybody with a child with Down syndrome to, look, search for the children's skill. Don't keep them back. Don't, it's not what you want them to do. You have to see what they are capable of doing and push them, love them, because they are really sweet children. They are beautiful children. They can teach you how to be a better person, a better parent.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
I'm heading out. Listen, thank you. Bye, my turn. Love you.
Joseph, stay inside, eh? I'll carry you by the park a little later.
Okay, Auntie. For me, July-August vacation is the best ever. Every day, I turn the whole neighborhood into my playground. There's always something super fun to do down the road. People to meet, places to explore. It's even better.
Your auntie knew you're here?
Hello? What?
This July-August vacation, your child's safety starts with you. If you have to be away, make sure your child is in the care of a trusted adult or enrolled in a safe, supervised activity.
As I was saying, it is even better when I'm not alone.
A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago and UNICEF.
Looking for office attire or worship apparel, then come to Tia's Classic Closet. Shopping for casual clothing or just want to dress down. Big discount, so it's you on clothing and comfortable shoes. Get some wonderful accessories to match your attire. Come to Tia's Classic Closet at 39 Montgomery Road. Opening hours daily from 9:30 to 5:30. For more information, call 710-168-99999.
You always doing something, eh?
Yes, now I cannot stick. You see what I'm doing now? I'm preparing the tickets for the event that we are having at the Bird Sanctuary on the 30th of August. And it's starting from what time? You remember the time?
From 5?
From 5 p.m. That segment going to be your segment where you're taking all the people out to take their photos on the deck and to do the hand feeding. After that, when 6:30, when the birds go into sleep, the real thing will start. But here is what we're getting food too, We're getting smoked chicken, we're getting jerk wings, hot jerk, my jerk, that coming from Mackie Smoke Eaters. He's good with his stuff. And we're also getting prices for best dress. Continue with the food we're getting. I think we're getting curry corn, akra. We're getting all them kind of pretty food, real finger food and thing, ice cream. The full works, you understand?
But wait now, how much are all of that?
Right, so look at right here, 150 per person, 275. This is the seal of a deal per couple, right? And I want to chip in a little thing, if you buy a ticket before the 25th, you may get like a discount still. So when they call me, we could talk something. So tell me something now. You feel you could handle that event, girl?
Yeah, I know I could handle it, man.
Right, so we're looking forward for that date. We're inviting the people, the 30th of August. It's right here, CP's Bird Sanctuary.
See you there and
be there.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and the service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
It's a different type of thing down there. Man, we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are and the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back. And on screen we have the live traffic report sponsored by Port Mall. And this morning we are seeing a very easy flow, clear indication that school has not started as yet, because the roads are absolutely clear at 7:45 a.m. So if you are not on your way to work as yet, now is the time to get on the road. You will have a free flow at the Orange Hill gas station. Definitely here we are seeing cars coming from Spring Garden as well as onto the Claude Noel Highway. But as I mentioned this morning, very easy flow. I'm thinking that persons are still at home because the road is absolutely clear at this point. Yeah, but I guarantee you, if you leave at this time next week, September the 7th, it will not look like this. So continue to encourage you, get out there, have a safe day, and God's continued blessings. Again, our live traffic report was sponsored by Port Mall, and we are viewing at the corner of Orange Hill. Yes, free flow onto the Claude Noel Highway. So viewers, you just heard it. Yes. But we have on set again, as I mentioned before, this morning our conversations are one that are truly important, and this one I deem as really important because joining me on set we have none other than Pastor Eloise Hines and Apostle Joel Ruben of Destiny Empowerment Global Ministries, and they are going to be speaking to something that is very dear to all of us. Yes, the prayer mandate and the prayer for our nation. Yes, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning. Good
Thank
morning.
you for having us.
Good morning.
Thanks
It's
for
a
having us.
pleasure to have you all on Tobago Updates.
Yes.
Tell us, prayer mandate. So that's the event, the date, August the 27th. And you would have mentioned prior that it would be on Zoom platform.
Yes, that's correct.
So persons can definitely jump on.
That's right.
Tell us about the prayer mandate.
All right. So good morning to Tobago and, of course, to all of us who are looking at this program. I'm Pastor Eloise Hines of Destiny Empowerment Global Ministries. And with me this morning is Apostle Joel Ruben. He's of Speak Life Ministries International. And you're going to be hearing from him in a little bit. But we have a mandate as the Church of God to pray. The Bible tells us in Luke chapter 18, verse 1, that men ought always to pray and not to faint. And Paul writing to Timothy, he says to Timothy, he says, I exhort that first of all, supplication, prayers, giving of thanks, thanksgiving be made for all men, for kings, and for those in authority. So God expects his church to pray. And that is what we are going to be doing. In fact, we are always praying. But of course, this opportunity today in light of our independence is giving us another reason to not just stay within our four walls or even in our ministry, but to partner with other persons and other ministers. Also, we'll have Apostle Dale Francis.
Yes.
Right? And of course, we are going to be coming together to unify in prayer for this beautiful Trinidad Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
I really like the fact that you mentioned that it is very much fitting, and I saw that you're very patriotic this morning.
Yes,
yes,
intentionally so.
Intentionally, and I like that because I am an intentional dresser as well. Yes,
Amen.
So we understand that you have been very much intentional because Trinidad and Tobago is one that we always have to cover in prayer.
Amen.
Yes, Mr. Ruben, Apostle Ruben, my apologies. Tell me, why do you see it important to jump on and be a part as it relates to, joining with Pastor Eloise Hines on this initiative?
Yeah, thank you for having me, and good morning again, Tobago. John 6:63 says, Jesus says, the words that I speak, they're spirit and they're life. And we think at this time specifically, we need to be speaking over the nation. We need to be declaring life over the nation. There's a lot of negativity in the atmosphere. We know some of the economies are having downturns, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, US, UK, where I'm from, we see downturns there too as well. But we as God's children have a mandate to speak life. So we see it very important to come on and speak life over the nation.
I like how you spoke about the fact speaking life. Yeah, because sometimes we, dwell on the negativity, and we speak the negativity so much that it become as a people, we don't understand the power of the spoken word. So we dwell on the negativity, which yes, it's there, but if you continue proclaiming it and continue speaking it, then automatically where is the growth, right? And as you mentioned before, there is power in speaking the word. Amen. All right, so tell us, how can persons be part of the prayer mandate?
We have the opportunity to use the social media platform for the glory of God.
Yes.
And that's what we are going to do. So we're going to be on our Zoom platform as well as on Facebook. So you can either log in to the Zoom platform or you can join us on Facebook Live on our page, Destiny Empowerment Global Ministries. And what we're also going to be doing is taking prayer requests. So if there is some need you have that you will want us to agree with you in prayer, we are asking you, inviting you to share that with us either now, before the program, or even during the program. And of course, once time allows, we will be able to pray and agree with you for God to do something great in your life.
Excellent. Did you mention the time as it relates?
7 p.m. this evening.
So it's this afternoon.
Yes, 7 p.m. this evening.
And you're just allowing Holy Spirit to flow.
Yes, we want to let you know, of course, we have certain areas of prayer that we want to concentrate on. And those will include praying with the issue of crime in our nation. Apostle will be dealing again with the economy, because that's a big thing. And,
Yes,
and as
it
you're
is.
saying, even sometimes it's coming from leaders. And we declare gloom and doom over Trinidad and Tobago. And as Christians, we agree. The Bible says, if any two of you shall agree as touching anything. So we are agreeing. But when, God created the heavens and the earth, the Bible says there was void, there was darkness, but God spoke light. So we need to recognize, yes, this is what we sing, but we need to declare what we are going to speak to see what we want manifested. Yes? So we're going to be dealing with the economy, dealing with praying for, of course, our governmental leaders, praying for the church, praying with the issue of crime, as I said, praying for families, education, healthcare system. So we are taking responsibility for what is happening in our island. And we're going to be petitioning the throne of grace in these areas and others as the Lord will lead us.
Amen. Apostle Ruben, because I know you're coming out of the UK, and you see it very important to, be part of the prayer mandate as it relates to covering the nation of Trinidad and Tobago in prayer. Really want to commend you. Sometimes, we allow persons to do things, and for me, it's a big thing. Yes. So I really want to commend that you, took it upon yourself to make sure that you are part of the prayer mandate.
Yeah. For sure, because I think one of the things we have to realize, God is interested in blessing nations.
Amen.
God is interested in blessing not just his people, the righteous, in nations. When you look at Genesis 12:3, he blessed Abraham to be a blessing to the nations. And something really interesting happened. One of the times I came off of a flight from the UK, there was a lot of tourists in the airport, and I was excited because sometimes they come off at St. Lucia or Antigua, but this time there's quite a lot in Tobago. And the Holy Spirit whispered to me, don't think for 1 minute, I'm not interested in the prosperity of Tobago. God wants Tobago to prosper. And every Tobagonian, every Trinidadian, everyone connected with Trinidad and Tobago should hear that. He wants the people to prosper. And just quickly picking back up what you said about speaking, Proverbs 18:21 says, life and death is in the power of the tongue. And many people, you hear people wake up and say, the place heavy, the place hard, the place, all that sort of negativity. Numbers 14, when the people of Israel began to speak negatively, when they had a problem, wish we would die, wish this would happen. You know, God said to them, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You said you want to die, you're going to die. What if this morning every Tobagonian, every Trinidadian wake up and bless the government and bless the nation, bless the military, bless the nurses, bless our young children, and we begin to speak and create an atmosphere of blessing? Surely heaven would respond to us. So our speaking is very, very crucial in this hour.
We're wrapping up. So, Mr. Ruben, Apostle Ruben, my apologies. You have any last closing words that you want to tell?
Come out and pray. Come out and pray. God will hear our prayers. Tobago, you're blessed. And don't let anyone tell you anything else. We love you and God bless you.
Amen.
Pastor Eloise Hines.
Yes, join us this evening, 7 p.m. You're in your home. Just log in. Come on, let us pray. We have a God who says, call upon me and I will answer and show you great and mighty things you do not know of. And that's the God we're going to be petitioning tonight for our nation. Let's see you there. Amen.
Thank you so much, Apostle Ruben. Thank you so much, Pastor Eloise Hines.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Viewers, you heard it. This evening we have the prayer mandate. It would be on Zoom. I just wanted to mention, as it relates to the link, how can persons jump on the link?
We are going to have it on our page. They can check our page, Destiny Empowerment Global Ministries page on Facebook, or they can contact us at 703-7206 to get more information.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So again, viewers, that's it. Join us this afternoon or this evening at 7 p.m. for the prayer mandate, and it's going to be on Zoom. So I want you to stay or connect and be part of the prayer mandate.
Amen.
As we continue having some conversations, we're going to be going to a break very quickly, and I want you to continue to share the live, share the live, share the live. Definitely, we'll be right back.
I will tell anybody with a child with Down syndrome to, look, search for the children's skill. Don't keep them back. Don't, it's not what you want them to do. You have to see what they are capable of doing and push them, love them, because they are really sweet children. They are beautiful children. They can teach you how to be a better person, a better parent.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Books and office supplies at TLH Plaza in Scarborough is reminding you of their back to school hurry is happening now. Monday to Thursdays 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Fridays 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sundays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Books and office supplies for all your textbooks and back to school supplies.
I'm heading out. Listen, thank you. Bye, Mom. Love you.
Joseph, stay inside, eh? I'll carry you by the park a little later.
Okay, Auntie. For me, July-August vacation is the best ever. Every day, I turn the whole neighborhood into my playground. There's always something super fun to do down the road. People to meet, places to explore. It's even better.
Your auntie knew you here?
Hello? What?
This July-August vacation, your child's safety starts with you. If you have to be away, make sure your child is in the care of a trusted adult or enrolled in a safe, supervised activity.
As I was saying, it is even better when I'm not alone.
A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago and UNICEF.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers, again, and thank you for staying with us on Tobago Updates Morning Show. Joining me on set, we have Mr. Ricardo Alfred, and he's a maritime surveyor, and he's gonna be, joining in the conversation as it relates to, Frankie tours. We would have heard about the vessel that would have sunk at no man's land, but he's coming to speak to, some greater issues that exist in that area. So I want to welcome you this morning, sir, Mr. Alfred. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Maritime surveyor, just to give the audience an idea of who you are and what you do. Tell us.
Right. So my name is Ricardo Alfred. I am a maritime engineer by profession, a marine engineer by profession, which specializes in ship building, ship maintenance, marine infrastructures, that type of thing. I'm also a maritime surveyor, which oversees the regulations as relates to vessels, both in Trinidad and Tobago, in different aspects. I do a lot of valuations as well, and outside of that, I do a lot of consultation as relates to UNDP and different projects across the Caribbean, from ports to marinas to these type of industries. So yes.
Excellent, a very widespread. You're here to speak about the issue that would have transpired, yes? Frankie tours.
Right. So,
tell us about
for the public, the vessel did encounter some issues. I myself on Sunday, I was out in no man's land.
Right.
So it's a usual thing for me every weekend. This is how I tend to blow off some steam or tend to relax. So the vessel was safely moored. And then on Monday morning, I would have received a call very early in the morning saying that the vessel was taken in water. You know, for the public to understand, these guys, how they operate, the vendors, every day, these people, the vendors and the reef boat guys, they have to remove every single thing from no man's land and from the vessel. Meaning from the vessel perspective, they have to remove their speakers, life jackets, everything has to be removed. They can't leave anything there now because there's an issue of stuff going missing, whether it be an engine, whether it be all sort of different things. For the vendors, again, they have to remove all of their utensils, their pots, their pans, everything have to be removed. They can't leave anything there. It's a much greater issue. The vessel, sadly, well, I mean, I told him that, Frankie, that he will have to come out of the water to do further inspection. So the vessel will be out completely, right? That vessel is going to be resurveyed and it's going to be, we have to do a lot of work to determine what happened or what caused the hole. But nevertheless, it will be out. You know, I would want to persons on the type of vessels are very costly to maintain. To build a reef boat, you need at least a minimum of at least $500,000 to put down, you know, because these boats are very costly. The engines alone, one engine could run you between $120,000 per engine. So it's a very costly event, and sadly, you know, the operator owner will have to bear the blunt of doing some very expensive repairs. But it speaks to a greater issue. I mean, on that day, Monday, what I saw was persons just coming and just making videos and making comments, and I'm like, you know, nobody was rendering assistance, you know. What I would have done is to pass on one of my pumps to assist them in removing some of the water. You know, this type of industry is very lucrative. I mean, I can tell you that from being in it. I've been in this industry for the last 24 years. But it speaks to a much greater issue in terms of the mindset of some of the persons here and what I would have seen. You cannot make fun of someone's demise, you know? And it was very alarming to me as to what I saw. I stayed there with him throughout the whole night. I was there. I left up to about 11 that night, trying to make sure, you know, that he has some level of support there. Nevertheless, the vessel has to come completely out of the water to do further assessments. My role as a surveyor as well is also to ensure the vessel compliance as relates to the engine and that type of thing. The activities when they park, again, that's not my responsibility as to what they do. You know,
you're solely with regards to the vessel itself and the safety behind the vessel.
Yes. You know, there's a lot of talk as relates to persons overloading them, but I just want to make it very factual that no one in Tobago has ever been charged for overloading, right? Only the court could determine such an action, you know, and they must come with certain level of evidence and a certain level of breaches, you know, for you to determine that someone is overloaded, right? So, you know, it's just for persons to be very cautious in what they are saying, you know, because defamation is a very serious thing, you know. But nevertheless, I support all of the reef guys. I support what the vendors do across there. I mean, I support them in whatever way that they can, because I know it's not easy to unpack every single day, because it's a greater...
Speaking it, and you know, well, for me personally, I now have a visual with regards to what takes place. Yes. So it's not a situation where they have, you know, a place where they can lock away their utensils and stuff like that.
Yes, it's very...
Every single day they have to pack and repack.
Every single day. And it speaks to a much greater issue as to the level of security in that area, you know. Some lights would have been installed. So little infrastructure work was done in terms of getting their vessels out of the water safely, because of huge inconvenience. I mean, to pull that boat out of the water will require the use of a maybe 1 or 2 excavators.
Yes.
Which come at a cost. So again, you know, we have to do better as a society. You know, I mean, I just found it very strange. The person just came solely to make videos, and I mean, it was just very strange that someone is going through whatever they're going through, and I mean, you're talking about a business that transcend Tobago. You know, I mean, everybody knows about Frankie Tours.
Correct.
So, I mean,
correct.
It's just alarming to me as to what I saw. But I'm hoping that, you know, persons can see their errors and understand that the industry have to start from you, the individual, first, you know, before you can look at bigger organizations or bigger conflicts or stuff like that. Because the issue is that we have to do better. I'm very concerned. But nevertheless, you know, he should be up and running within maybe 1 or 2 months, because it's, or maybe longer, because you know the engine parts or stuff like that is very, very costly. You know, we don't make these things here.
Just
in
to give
Trinidad and
the
Tobago.
viewers an idea with regards to the comprehensive costs to
So what he has 2 fairly new Yamaha engines, 115. One engine can range between, let's say, 115, 120,000. That's to get it delivered, get it installed. Might cost another thing. So he has 2. Those will need to be rebuilt and get a lot of parts, maybe some harness. A lot of work has to go into those engines. Then you have the structure of the boat itself. You would have to remove a lot of the wood would have to be replaced, some fiberglass. I would estimate at least $500,000. You know, he would have to put out there, you know, because these things are very costly. You know?
And we speak to the bigger picture, because he would have, you know, had persons, you know, working on this vessel. So we are seeing that there are persons who would definitely be, you know, out of work for a while.
So
really unfortunate situation.
Correct. But I mean, I've seen so much things down there, and I've seen other vessels with perfectly drilled holes, you know.
Right.
You know, people do stuff behind there, you know, which is, I mean, whether it be envy, whether it be jealousy, there's a lot of things happening down in that end down there. So we just have to be mindful of that. And again, when people charge certain prices on no man's land and these things, I don't argue with them, because I can tell you it's very, very, very tedious as relates to removing everything every single day, you know, and then loading it back up every single day. Yeah. So I'm hoping that you know, we can see a change in the society, a change in our behavior, but this is just the facts of the matter.
So as we wrap up the conversation, tell us very quickly, what do you think can be put in place to, you know, help assist individuals at no man's land? Is it that we need to, you know, construct some containers? What can we put in place?
It is just a greater conversation that we will have to have with the stakeholders. Yeah. On that same day, the water line was completely cut. You know. So we had to repair that. These are just some of the issues that happen across there. So it's a greater conversation with the stakeholders, a greater synergy among the authorities and the stakeholders, you know, that needs to happen. So, you know, we will do our best to work with them and ensure that persons can make their living and support their children and their livelihood in a more meaningful manner, you know. So this is just the reality of what goes on.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Viewers, you heard it, you know, Mr. Alfred, maritime surveyor, and speaking to the issue as it relates to no man's land. Yes, he would have mentioned, you know, the sinking of Frankie Tour's vessel, but he also spoke to a bigger picture that is occurring at no man's land. So this morning, I really want to say thank you for, you know, coming on set and sharing your ideas, sharing your concerns as it relates to, you know, the issues that is happening at no man's land. Viewers, thank you so much for staying with us on this morning's show. It was really a pleasure. I want you to continue to enjoy your day, continue to share the live, and also stay tuned for Chanel Felix, who is up next for Good Morning Tobago GMT. Have a blessed day, everyone. Continue to share the live, share the live, share the live.
I was pleased to see that they gave a holistic approach. Indeed, the term holistic wellness came up, and they were able to touch on the financial aspect. They were able to speak about spiritual wellness, something that sometimes people don't even consider, and even stress in the workplace, because many times people are under stress and they may not realize it.
It was a much needed opportunity, and what I would like to see going forward is that more staff are privileged with the opportunity, this opportunity with the information that was provided today. I don't think that it should be limited to a selective few then. This was too good. The information, is relevant.
Our department is a department that's on the ground. From myself to my entire team, we are on the ground. We are faced with ground issues. We are faced with real issues. All our clients that come in. Now, we have clients that come in that we can help, and then there are others that we advise. We take everything. Then we look at what's happening in the world. Trinidad and Tobago, we see the tension, we look at our own colleagues, our own friends, the things that they are going through. So our topics, it comes from the people. It comes from the International Labour Organization. It comes from our stakeholder partners, Ministry of Labour, NDD, CS. So it comes all around. And what we look at what is happening now, what is affecting our people now, and that's what we try to tap into. That's why we try to find people that could speak to those areas and give our people the help and the attention.
The hope would be that persons who attended would also share this information with their colleagues. I think it should be extended even to other departments as time goes along.
I want to thank the Department of Labour for providing this opportunity, because I will say it's an opportunity for me today, and I hope that I'll be able to relay the information to my work colleagues so that we could help foster a positive and healthy work environment.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Yeah? If you have been wondering, if you have been asking, questioning, Lukosi and Cindy Dick.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
It's a brand new morning.
welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Chanel Felix, and guys, you know, whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that you want asked. This morning, we're jumping straight ahead into our conversation, and I have the privilege this morning of sitting with Assembly Member Kern Alexis, and we also have the... Sorry, I am always forgetting your portfolio operations officer, Samantha Cruikshank. And this morning we're talking all about what's happening in the Plymouth Blackrock district. We're talking about the market. Talk to us a bit about that. Good morning, the farmers market.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to Tobago. Good morning to Tobago Updates. Good morning to the best district on the island.
All right.
The people of Plymouth Blackrock. The farmers market is something that I see as necessary, especially based on the conversations I've had not only with the farmers but residents, business owners, restaurant owners and hoteliers that, you know, they're not getting the fresh produce as they would like it, or on the other hand, the farmers have some produce on their hands that they need to get off. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a market on a monthly basis in the first instance, and then we're gonna, as they start producing more produce, they're gonna get it on a more weekly basis. So it's just to bring fresh produce, healthy produce to the island.
I love that idea, and the concept of this market within the farmers market within the community. Does it give the average person the opportunity to come and sell as well, or is it particularly for farmers? Because we know within different districts, sometimes you pass on the corner, you see the young guys selling the watermelons and the pineapples on the side of the street. Is this open to them having a more entrepreneurial venture that's organized? Tell us a bit about it. Who can come and sell at the market?
At this moment, we do have a committee that is taking care of it, but eventually we would like to see people with their home gardens come out and sell. And the most important part of it is that we want it to be strictly local. We don't want you to go nowhere, buy the produce and come and sell it there. We need it to be, you plant it, you reap it, and then, you know, you come and you sell it, you know.
Okay. Samantha, food sovereignty has been one of the topics at the top of conversation. And we were talking about at the community level, people being able to sustain themselves. Are we going to see seedlings on sale? And who are you encouraging to come out and be a part of it?
Well, I am encouraging anyone that is within the district that has an interest in farming, that has livestock, or those agro processors that will use local fresh produce and stock to create snacks and trinkets and you know, those calabash art, those fun, creative, very local trinkets and souvenirs to come out and sell. And of course, as you know, sometimes when the sea bridge is down or the air bridge is saturated, Tobago has a shortage of food, and especially for our district, we would like to ensure that that does not happen for us here in the Plymouth Blackrock District Office. I mean, in the district, right? And to help farmers have a sense of community, because there's strength in numbers, and it all falls down. It all falls back to food security at the end of the day. When the air bridge is down, the sea bridge is down, we could still have an avenue to buy goods.
Right. Yeah. And I like the idea of creating a culture within the district of food sovereignty, where persons take charge of their own availability of food. By encouraging them to plant, buying the seedlings, just having those small at-home gardens and bringing back that type of culture. Tell us a bit about how that is going to be integrated into this year's farmers market, or the one that is going to be happening this month.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
It's already integrated, right? All our vendors and farmers are local farmers, local grown goods, right? And it will also encourage persons to have a sense of security of knowing, okay, once I start farming or once I start producing my own livestock, I have an avenue to sell it, right? So it's not that they'll just have the excess and it will go to waste, right? So this is bringing an avenue for farmers and persons that want to have their own livestock to display their goods and also profit from it.
Understood.
Yeah.
And so we're talking about this farmers market that's happening. Remind us about the date and the venue, and again the committee that persons can reach out to if they want to come and sell. I know there are persons who have overflow of mangoes right now in their yard and persons who have a lot of avocados, and I am an avocado girly, so I'm looking forward to people selling avocados at a reasonable price.
Yes.
Reasonable. Not at $35 avocado. Not in this season, right?
That's the other thing, right? So in Tobago, we noticed that food, and not just food, but nearly everything in Tobago has a huge markup. And so a lot of the discussions within the committee, so we already have a committee formed, is to maybe, because we have our own homegrown local produce, maybe we don't have to compete with the retail prices, right? We could maybe sell at wholesale prices or cheaper prices, because it has been problematic over the years that the markup on goods over the years have been increasing, and it became very noticeable, right? And to assist with that, the farmers market would definitely assist with that. And as for the event details, right, it's this Friday at the Micro Enterprise Mall car park, right? We'll have a little section there with tents, and we would have a small speaker with some music, and we'll have an MC there, just letting persons know what we have available. We'll definitely have avocados there, so come on down, right? It starts at 7 a.m. and finishes at 5 p.m.
Excellent, excellent. And so 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. persons have all day to come out and participate in the market. And obviously you want to get there early because all the good stuff goes first.
That's right.
Right? And so it's just fresh produce only, or is there poultry, livestock feed?
So as for now, we have a live rabbit farmer, right? So he actually came into the office and was like, oh, he has so much extra rabbits, and he was trying to give them away. And I was like, well, we have a farmer's market, right? So,
well, you know,
so
if
come
he
on
does
down.
want to give it to you know, I tend to cook a really good rabbit. So if he does want to give it away, but I will still come out to the market tomorrow and support during my lunch break. So even as we wrap up our conversation this morning, guys, just remind persons why it's important to come out and be a part of this initiative. And I want to ask something on behalf of the people. Are the prices the same as the prices in the market, or are we going to get the produce at a discounted rate?
That is up to the vendor. However, discussions within the committee has been more so down that line of things to keep things reasonable.
Right.
So,
So for me, the most important thing for me is understanding. You hear the conversations for the longest while about Tobago being the breadbasket of the country, and we have lost that direction. I am trying my very best to not only see the market as just for farmers or the livestock people, but also for community event. You come out, bring the kids. Eventually, we would have face painting. Eventually, we would have things to more of a community base. Also, health-wise, I invite all the gym enthusiasts, all the people with the walk-in people. Come down, get your fresh produce, juice it. Eventually, we'll be able to juice on spot, sell the juice on spot, everything like that. We would have a masseuse we'll have therapists, we'll have nutritionists on board as well. So it's really a holistic approach into fixing health, community, and reducing the price of goods in Tobago.
Most importantly.
That's right.
All right, guys. Well, we want to thank you guys so much, and we are wishing you all the best with this farmers market that's happening tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you are encouraged to go out there and be a part of it, and hopefully we get some really good prices on some avocados, because I'll be passing through there for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back after this. See you soon.
You always doing something, eh?
Yes, now I cannot stick. You see what I'm doing now? I'm preparing the tickets for the event that we are having at the Bird Sanctuary on the 30th of August. And it's starting from what time? You remember the time?
From 5?
From 5 p.m. That segment going to be your segment where you're taking all the people out to take the photos on the deck and to do the hand feeding. After that, when 6:30, when the birds going to sleep, the real thing will start. But here is what we're getting food too, you know. We're getting smoked chicken, we're getting jerk wings, hot jerk, mild jerk, that coming from Mackie Smoke Eaters. You know, he good with his stuff. And we're also getting prices for best dress. Continue with the food we're getting. I think we're getting curry corn, akra. We're getting all them kind of pretty food, real finger food and thing, ice cream, the full works. You understand?
But wait now, how much all of that?
Right, so look at right here, 150 per person, 275. This is the seal of a deal per couple, right? And I want to chip in a little thing, you know, if you buy a ticket before the 25th, you may get like a discount still. So when they call me, we could talk something. So tell me something now. You feel you could handle that event, girl?
Yeah, I know I could handle it, man.
Right, so we're looking forward for that date. We're inviting the people, the 30th of August. It's right here, CP's Bird Sanctuary.
See you there and
be there.
I will tell anybody with a child with Down syndrome to, look, search for the children's skill. Don't keep them back. Don't, it's not what you want them to do. You have to see what they are capable of doing and push them, love them, because they are really sweet children. They are beautiful children. They can teach you how to be a better person, a better parent.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going straight into our conversation this morning, and this morning I have the privilege of chatting with Mr. Curtis Williams, who is obviously the head of the Tobago Division of the Division of Industry and Commerce. Now, the Chamber of Industry and Commerce. Now, good morning, Mr. Williams, and welcome. We're always having these conversations, but this morning particularly, we are talking about the predicted drought that may come to Tobago this year. We know last year it was less of a prediction and more of a this is the state of affairs. And we even had a situation where with WASA, there were schedules on when water was being released last year. It was that bad. Some places weren't getting water for a week at a time, and we're hearing this time around to prepare in advance. What does that look like for Tobago? What does that look like for Tobago businesses?
Good morning, and thanks for having me here. What I want to say to you is that we had a meeting with our members. We indicated to our members to be proactive. Start putting things in place, ramp up their reserve capacity, So we ask those who have the ability to purchase an extra tank, do that, and other storage facility to put those things in place. We also asked upon WASA because WASA indicated that they were going to get some more water trucks. And we knew for sure that the reason why some of the challenges with the water trucking is because the service providers were not being paid, so most of them pull out of the contract arrangement because they haven't been paid for months. So we asked WASA, I don't know how they're going to contract trucks when these service providers are not paid. And I heard that they were going to bring trucks from Trinidad. So that's another story by itself. So we asked WASA, listen to me, you have all these service providers that you're not paying. And I know that from length and breadth. Because everyone complains to me. Up to last week, I have 2 service providers complaining to me, those in Chalkbourne, those who provide other services for WASA, including security services. They haven't been paid for months. And we're talking about owing hundreds of thousands of dollars that WASA owe these people. And so I know WASA is having a problem, a real cash flow problem, and we urge the minister to get involved and try and see if we could solve some of WASA cash flow issues that affect Tobago and Tobago SMEs, because this problem is going to hamper and move into the October Carnival period when most of our villas and our guest houses will need water supply. And we know what's going to happen. We're going to get the dry spell, and there are going to be challenges, and that is what we don't want to spoil our carnival by guests at the hotel or a villa with no water. That's a really terrible thing.
Understood. But we know the chamber sometimes has a direct line to some of the ministers. So will those conversations be had about Tobago's water supply and ensuring that Tobago-based service providers are paid in time for the season that is coming up, particularly one of the biggest times for the year for Tobago in recent times, the Tobago Carnival?
Well, we reach out to WASA on numerous occasions. We reach out to WASA, WASA board, WASA management. We did hint out to the minister as well. We're going to formally write him once more and indicated that we need to have a meeting with WASA and the executives so that we could discuss the situation. The business committee could discuss the situation, what's happening on the island with the water situation, with other challenges that we, the SMEs and small business on the island, having with WASA as a corporate entity, and how they treat payables or money owes to service provider on the island. It's a terrible situation, and I hope that those who hearing us can really intervene on WASA part, on the government part, and really bring some relief to some of the SMEs on the island, because it's a dying situation, and we are pleading to the assistant of the goodly minister of public utilities and the other technocrats working in that area to see about Tobago and the contractors here in Tobago that provide services for WASA.
Understood. And you indicated earlier that the suggestion from the chamber, particularly here in Tobago, is that businesses ought to invest in expanding their capacity, whether it be through the extra tanks or whatever they have to do to have those reserves on site. But what about those persons who say, well, we are not at a place where we're making enough revenue to be able to expand our water reservation capacity? What can they do? Is there any resources being provided by WASA? Not even just for the businesses, but just for the average Tobagonian. I know that there used to be assistance or a grant for persons to be able to install water tanks and stuff like that. Are you aware?
Well, what happened in that instance, because WASA did allude to the fact that they were going to have more Chalkbourne water supply. So besides that, we asked in WASA, when you publish the schedule, so this schedule indicated that Scarborough is going to get water Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. We want them to stick to the schedule, and that's one of the issues we have as well. Because when WASA do publish a schedule, they don't stick to the schedule, and then even if the water comes between that period, the water pressure is extremely low, so sometimes it doesn't reach everyone and the tank doesn't have sufficient time to be filled. So hence the reason why we asked them was to stick to the schedule, ensure that the area is serviced properly, so that could be an ease for some of the folks who don't have the capacity to do extra storage, because the situation is going to be dying. From the information I got, October is going to be really, really dry, and it's going to be a dry spell, and I don't not to get anyone scared, but it's just for us to be proactive and put things in place. We have some time. WASA do have some time to meet out to the business community, meet out to the stakeholders, the hoteliers, and so that we could have meaningful discussions going forward on that said issue.
Understood. And, just going back to the average man and woman in Tobago, some of the lower income households who are affected the most by these water situations, in particular areas where sometimes even before they had this scheduling thing put in place, these persons would just be sitting there waiting for water to come for weeks, and there's no water in particular places. Where do you think we can step in as a society, as a THA, government, WASA, to really help some of the lower income households as it pertains to this? Because I am not sure, but I believe that there was a grant that WASA had where they assisted persons in purchasing water tanks for water storage, but that's something that we can look into as well.
Yes, it's something that you could definitely look into. The Secretary for Settlements, public utilities fall under his remit. So we asked Assemblyman Joe Field if he'll look at that. There may be the vulnerables that don't have the capacity to purchase a tank, and what we can do for that situation. And as you mentioned, yes, I remember clearly there was something that they used to put in place, whether they're going to meet you half the way in getting this tank. So for instance, the tank cost $600. They was going to give you a purchase order, and they're going to meet up to $300, and you meet the other $300, something of that instant. So we can look at that possibility could be explored. So we call the Secretary for Settlement, Mr. Joe Field, to look at it. And again, these are why we asking for conversations with the heads, conversation with the politicians, so that we could talk about initiatives that could ease the burden on the Tobago population, because we are the ones that will suffer most, especially the small business and personnel on the island.
Understood. Well, I know that the Chamber has been continuing to have those different engagements with its stakeholders, having the conversations, but we're going to shift gears a bit to preparation for Tobago Carnival. We have this conversation every year since Tobago has had Carnival. What is the preparation that's being put in place? We know that although persons come for the Carnival, their memory of Tobago is connected to the interactions that they have when they get here. If they go to Airbnb and there's no water, that's a negative perception of not just the place, but the island. If they go to get food at a restaurant and the service is poor, they don't talk about the restaurant. Most of the time they say, I went to Tobago for Carnival, and this was my experience. So tell us a bit about some of the drives that you guys are doing to be ready to produce an excellent product for Tobago leading up to the Tobago Carnival 2026.
And I like the conversation. Everything goes hand in hand. So you see how water plays an important part in some of the villas and some of the hotels going forward with Tobago Carnival. Our conversation a couple of weeks ago with the band leaders and some of the promoters, it was indicated to me that most of the sections are sold out. So I presume that the September would be just to take up the extras. And I know one thing they asked me to ensure that Carl put on those extra flights early. So that's a conversation. I hope Carl is listening to us, that you need to get those extra flights early in place for the Tobago Carnival. And as we can see now, it's summertime, and some of the challenges you're still having with flights. But we asked Carl, listen to me, be proactive, put the extra flights for the Tobago Carnival early, put the schedule out very early, so that folks, the domestic tourists as well as the international guests, can do their bookings far in advance. And you have some time. You can look at your scheduling, you can look at your heat map, and put the extra flights that we so desire. The other agencies that have to work around the Tobago Carnival, the Tobago Festival Commission, there are certain things that they need to put in place. As it was alluded in the news just a couple weeks ago, that some of their vendors was not paid from the last year Carnival. So I hope that by now all vendors have been paid, and so everybody's on board and geared and ready to move ahead, because it doesn't make any sense you're entertaining providers to whether it's stage, whether it's whatever form of service you need from these folks, caterers, and they have been waiting a whole year to get paid. That's kind of harsh. That's a real harsh for SME. You can't wait so long. That's kind of bad, really bad on the commission. So I'm hoping that the commission do look at the priorities and pay off these old bills that they have, so that they could go ahead with a nice and smooth carnival coming forward, because it's going to be bumper. The information reaching my office indicated that this carnival is going to be really, really, really bumper. Everyone is looking forward to it, and I want Tobago to be in a state of readiness for our guests, both domestic and international.
Well, we want to thank you for being here this morning, and we look forward to you having those renewed conversations with WASA, and getting back to us, letting us know what are some of the things that you guys have collaborated on, put in place moving forward for Tobago, particularly leading up to this Tobago Carnival. And we know the entire September, October is the preparation for that. All the infrastructure, all the business readiness is being put in place for that, and we look forward to seeing how the Chamber continues to contribute to ensuring that the Tobago Carnival remains a success. Well, we want to thank you again for being here this morning, and hopefully we could get someone from WASA on with us very soon to give us some more information. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back after this. See you soon. Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing on your screen right now is a view of the Wilson Road traffic lights on the Claude Noel Highway. Now, we always like to give you a little sneak peek every now and then of what's happening on the highways and the byways. And as you can see, there's a clear and smooth flow of traffic. Zero congestion if you're going either eastbound or westbound on the highway. However, if you are getting out of that Plymouth Road area, there's just a little bit of wait before you get to the traffic light, but nothing too extensive whereby you're going to be sitting in traffic for a couple minutes. And so we always like to see this type of smooth flow of traffic, but is it going to last? I don't think so, because the kids are going to be back out at school very soon, and we're going to see the roads having a lot of traffic very soon, so we have to enjoy it while it lasts, while you're able to get to where you're going quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. This morning we have the privilege of sitting and chatting with author Giselle Prescott, and we're talking about her latest book, Level Up in God, a 100-day journey in healing, renewal, and transformation. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
All right, so it's a pleasure to have you on with us this morning. And I like the fact that this book that you have written is a journey. I like the fact that you refer to it as a journey. Because one thing that I have recognized in my own life is that your walk with God is not a destination, but it's a continuous journey that looks different in different seasons. And sometimes you need a reset. Sometimes you need to go back to the place of brokenness. Sometimes you need to go back to the place where you first discovered God. Sometimes you just need to reset your entire spiritual journey on a whole and get back to a place where you can actually hear from God. So tell us a bit about this particular book.
Okay, so this book, Level Up in God, it was birthed out of seasons where I had challenges and I was going through the hardest season in my life. So while going through that season, I would have written a book called Finding Me Again. But before that book was written, I would find myself journaling while going through my challenges and writing. And you know, when you're going through stuff, one of the things I like to do is do that self-introspection and ask myself, what lesson God is trying to teach me here? And the lessons that He would have taught me while going through, while encountering these challenges, I would write. And in writing, you know, the scripture will come. The Holy Spirit will, you know, bring that scripture, you know, to either correct me, encourage me at that particular point in time. And as He did that, I would write. And that would have happened over a period of time. And, you know, you spoke about journey. And because it was a journey through that period and even up to now, this book came into fruition.
You know, I have the belief that God is always speaking, but we are not always able to hear, depending on our level of spiritual connectivity or whether or not we are tapped in to hear from God. Tell us a bit about your experience with that, and does this book help persons to get to a place of devotion where they can really hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying to them within a particular season in their life?
Okay, so this book, because it was, as I said, birthed on practical life experiences, so in it would have practical life experiences that persons would face on a daily basis, the different challenges that you may face, and you know, you want to know, how can I be encouraged? How can I be inspired? How can I be lifted up? And out of my personal relationship with God and Him doing that in my life and writing this, you know, I was told, you know, you should put this in a book. And I did. And persons who have read the book and using it for their devotions would have told me that, you know, this book is on point. You know, it's not long. It's just, it's short enough. You know, you have that reflection, you have that scripture, you have a prayer, and, you know, you can, they would say that, you know, I am able to see myself or see situations that I would face, and I'm able to be inspired and encouraged and be able to correct certain things that I need to correct in my life.
Understand. I like the fact that you touched on self-awareness, because self-awareness is the beginning of change, elevation, or even leveling up your life on a whole, your spiritual journey as well as your personal growth and development. I have experienced where you may be asking God for one thing and His response is in relation to a totally different area of your life. So let's just say, for instance, you're asking God for a new job or for, you know, more resources. And then the response is, well, you need to wake up earlier. You need to be more organized, or, you know, you need to be more critical with the type of people who you have in your space. And it's like, okay, how does that relate to me having a better job? How does that relate to me having more money? How does that relate to me answering this particular thing? But sometimes there are areas of our personal life, how we function, how we do things, how we steward time can also reflect how we can steward our finances. And you might be saying, God, I want more money, but there may be an area of your life where you need to build more capacity to receive more. Because to receive more, you may have to do more. And if you're not, using your time wisely now, how can you be able to facilitate more? Have you also experienced the same in this level up journey with God?
Sure, because when you speak of level up, for me, it's about maturing, it's about growing. And as you would have said, it's a journey. So, God is a God of order, of preparation, and He knows what is best for us. So even though we want this particular thing, you're going through this challenge, and you want this particular thing, as you said, He may address other areas in your life that He realizes that you need to grow up first. You need to grow up in this area before I can give you this, because you may not be able to handle this when I give it to you. So I have to prepare you for it. You have to mature in certain areas. You have to grow up, and that is exactly what this book is all about. That is what He had done in my life, and He is still doing it in my life. It's a journey, and it's a daily thing. Yeah.
All right. Give us some examples in the book where this is reflected.
Okay. So let me look at, so the book has different days.
Right.
It's 100 days devotional. So I would like to read like day 7, lessons in the challenge. If I never go through challenges, I may never know how to inspire, motivate, or encourage someone else who will face a similar challenge themselves. Every season of life has a purpose. You just have to discover and understand the purpose, knowing that all things work together for good according to God's plan and purpose for you. Look for the lesson in the challenge, learn from it, and you will be able to help someone along the way. What you go through is not wasted when God is in it. He uses every trial to strengthen you, shape you, and prepare you for your purpose. Your experience can become someone else's encouragement. So do not be discouraged. Embrace the process and trust that God is working it out for your good. And there's a scripture, 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12 to 13. There's a reflection. What lesson is God showing me through this challenge? Today, I choose to learn and grow. And there's a prayer, of course, at the end.
Understood. And even as you touched on that, which is, huge for many people, when you went through your circumstance and persons experiencing different situations in different seasons of their life, they may not want to share. Although they may have overcome or they're still overcoming, there's this level of shame connected to so many things. And so there's that, okay, God is going to use this for your good. Everything works out for the good of those that love the Lord. There are those affirmations, there are those scriptures. But it is difficult to tell somebody, that's something that has caused them great hurt, pain, and even shame, which a lot of persons carry, that this is something that they ought to use. From your experience, how do you break out from that shame to use what you have been through to help shape and change the life of others?
Okay, so I can go back a little on the first book that I wrote, Finding Me Again.
Yeah.
I would have gone through a hard season, and that was about divorce, right? And yes, there was shame. So while going through that, this book was also being written, but that one was released first. And in the moment, it's very difficult. In the moment, I could not have seen myself sharing, as you said, or revealing what I would have gone through. But because of my relationship with God, along the way, the Lord would have strengthened me. He would have really encouraged me and lift me up and help me to know who I am in Him. And actually, I know that He was the one who would have given me the okay to go ahead. There is someone who would go through the same thing that you have been through or is going through, and because of that, I want you to share so that someone else can know that they too can come out. Whatever they are going through, they too can overcome. And I know it may sound like a cliche, but someone else would have encouraged me as well, because someone else would have gone through what I would have gone through. And I think that we are a living testimony, for those who would go through stuff, what we would have gone through. We are there to help them to come out of it.
Excellent. And this book is really there to help change the lives of women, of anyone actually, who is going through a tough season or just at a place in their life where they want a spiritual reset or they want to find that intimacy with God again. And so we want to thank you for your contribution to this book. Tell us where persons can get the book, how they can order it, the price. Tell us a bit about that.
Okay, so you can get this book on Amazon. It's on Amazon, and you can also get it directly from me, the author. The cost of the book is $100. Yes, and so those who is interested, they can contact me at 344-7193, or they can look for Level Up in God on Amazon and purchase it there.
Right. And what about the persons who saying, well, you know, I have a women's ministry within my church, or I just have a charity where I cater to women who have been battered, abused, or just home for young women, and I would like to purchase your book in bulk. Are there any special provisions that you would be making for those persons? Should they reach out to you? Remind us about the number once again, and tell us a bit about what is going to come after this book. Are you going to be building a community of women who are trying to level up in God? Where can we see you from this?
Okay, you know, as I take one step at a time as the Lord leads, you know, I have another book in writing as well. Yes, they can reach out to me at 344-7193, and they can place their orders. Actually, one particular home, Tabitha's Home, they would have ordered as well books for their women. So yes, persons can do that.
Excellent. Well, I'm happy to hear that, because that's exactly what came to mind when I thought of your book. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for being a part of this morning's discussions. And we want to remind you that you can get Level Up in God on Amazon if you just search it. It's a 100-day devotional to help you regain your intimacy, your direction in whatever season you are in your walk or your journey with Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for being a part of this morning's discussions. I want to thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments, and all that you have been doing and continue to do to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island. Before you go, let me remind you, tomorrow, Friday, there's that farmers market that's happening in Plymouth by the mall there when you're driving in. That's happening from the district office of Assembly Member Kern Alexis. They're having that farmers market. They were on with us earlier. That farmers market is happening from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Plymouth Micro Enterprise Mall car park. So you can go out there and get your fresh produce, hopefully at a cheaper price. And you go out there and support our local farmers and those persons within the district who have their home gardens that are coming out and, you know, really contributing to food security on the island. Ladies and gentlemen, again, you know, I'm always going to continue to encourage you guys to do whatever you have to do today to make today a productive day. Have a great day.